Hey, beauty. So glad to be here. Today, I want to talk about soul education and that being the way that we evolve as humans in our consciousness, into our spiritual nature in a body. So I started the Evolving Sisters Network based on this desire to support the evolution of women in our spiritual consciousness. Why? Because I believe that the feminine is leading the way into the future. We have come from a patriarchal culture for thousands and thousands of years, and that has gotten us so far in terms of modernity, of technology being brought to the surface, the internet, a lot of the things, even if they weren't invented by men, it doesn't matter. They were invented inside the patriarchy. And the patriarchy is not a man or a woman, but a structure, a systematic structure of a masculine principle. And I would say the way we're using it in a wounded masculine principle, which is that principle of like, eat what you kill, of dominate, penetrate, like that's the masculine, right? And we like being penetrated as the feminine. We need that penetration because otherwise the circle is kind of la 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 and nothing's moving forward, and it can turn in on itself. So we need both masculine and feminine energies in order to evolve. So the platform that I created is about offering teachings, education, educational experiences, but not in the traditional way of your mind. We have Google for that. We have lots of universities that like to show us the details of things. And certainly that can be a part of the educational platform. But really, what do we crave? What do we need most? That is the experience of who and what we really are, the experience of a mature spiritual being walking on the dirt, feet on the dirt on this planet. And that's my heart's desire. My intention is bringing heaven to earth. There's something really important about that phrase that can seem so trite or overused maybe, or maybe lofty is the word. But the truth of it is we are spirit incarnating in a body. And as we incarnate as spirit in a body, we are everything. We are all powerful, and we have the limitations of form. But think of it as like a haiku poem. A haiku poem has limitations. It has a number of verses. It has rhyming at these set points. That is structure. Without that structure, it would not be a haiku poem or a sonnet. So, or even a play, like think about a play. It has 3 acts. It has the beginning, the middle, and the end. It has an arc. Storytelling has an arc. Without a structure, we don't know how to consume that content. We don't know what to do with it. We can't make meaning from it. We can't even easily digest it. We don't understand it. It's not worth that much to us. So we've invented structure through the masculine principle, where the feminine gets to play in form through that masculine principle, because it's not rigid at all. There's vast degrees of options and pivots and flows inside of that structure. Like you could choose any kind of word. How many word pairs are there that rhyme in this way? Or if I don't like it, I can change that word and rhyme it with something different. Do you see how that like feminine piece that comes in offers so much to that masculine structure? I mean, that's what we're talking about when we talk about soul education and the Evolving Sisters Network. Like that's the platform upon which we get to develop the skills, the structural skills that will make our walk through planet Earth as conscious, awake beings have efficacy to them. actually do something, actually cause and create transformation for others. Like, don't you want to be that person? Don't you want to have that level of personal power? Not as an ego dominated, oh gosh, look at me, I'm so amazing. Because actually, when you run that kind of energy, you don't even, your ego is so out of the picture. You don't even notice. You lose your sense of self. You become in oneness, in spirit, like in the breath, inspiring. You become in spiritu, you become infused with God. And that has you forget your small self. And to me, that's the biggest delight of being informed, those connections where I forget that I'm limited and I connect in awe with all things. Those are the big concepts in this soul education that the Evolving Sisters Network stands for and supports and grows from the grass level, like from the bottom level, from women who didn't know they were leaders to knowing themselves as leaders. That is how we are going to evolve. That is how we're going to create the next civilization. It will not be a patriarchy. It will not be a matriarchy. It will be both.